It's number 5, cybersecurity. This time last year, a computer virus known as Heartbleed tore through corporate servers across the nation. The hole in data protection gave hackers the ability to steal secret keys used to encrypt user names, passwords, and other information. At the time, some 500,000 of the Internet's secure web servers were believed to be vulnerable to attack. However, 1 year later, and it appears 74% of global companies haven't fixed their servers and networks. And joining me, or still with me to discuss, is Activate founder Michael Wolf. Activate is a strategy and technology consulting firm, and we don't hear as much about, there's not as much of the headlines about Heartbleed, but it's still out there.
It wasn't the apocalypse that everybody expected, but still a lot of companies haven't addressed it. But the bigger issue is you now have to expect that everybody has been hacked or is going to be hacked. It's not just, think about this last year, Home Depot, Target, Chase, Anthem, all of, and of course most notably Sony. They've all been hacked, so it's no longer just a tech problem. It's now one that companies have to be dealing with every single day.
Well, I would imagine, I mean, certainly at those companies, but I would imagine that all big companies that rely on big data networks, the CEO is directly getting involved in security.
The CEO is looking at this as a big risk issue. And now also we have networks in which the IT professionals can get together. So Facebook just started a network for IT professionals to be able to exchange information on a real-time basis. But overall, we don't know how to fight a cyber war. So, for example, even though the White House has just set up an office for cybersecurity in the same way that they set up an office for the war on terrorism, it's just not the same thing.
Well, that's what they do, right? They create a new bureaucracy whenever we have a big problem. Is this bureaucracy going to help corporations? Are we going to see the NSA, the CIA stepping in to help out the Sonys or the Targets of the world?
Well, in some ways, people are worried about the NSA. I mean, it's thought from the documents that Edward Snowden released that both the UK and the US governments have already hacked into the SIM card database. So this is going to be much more about companies working together to solve the problem than it's going to be about the government or it's going to be about regulation. But expect, once again, that you're going to find, you have to know that one way or the other, your system has been compromised.
Does this hurt cloud services that have become so big and important? I mean, are we going to see a turnaround where people want to take their data out of the cloud and hold it on their own, say, smartwatch or on their own servers at home?
I mean, the challenge is, as long as you're some way connected to the outside, then you face the same risk. A cloud is no different in terms of risk than a server that's in your office. And in fact, the cloud providers can do a much better job of moving very quickly on resolving the challenges versus somebody in their office or at home.
I guess I have to get one of those Tesla home batteries, use an analog landline, and only cash for transactions in person.
Yeah, exactly. But more importantly, give up the internet if you're that worried.